So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this started off. Let's build the tier 70 slaying necromancer. We already have the Black River, Bone Spear, Corpse Explosion, Madness. But the very intriguing question now is, how do we make this tier 70 ready? I have a couple of tier 70, 73, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So we got a bunch of these, right? And we can try this out. We can see how well this will work. First things first is going to be putting in T-Bolt's Will. And we need to get rid of Juggernaut. That's a problem. Why do we need to get rid of Juggernaut, Chan? Because it wouldn't work together with Meta, Morphosis Vampiric Power. Since Juggernaut gives us 100% on our cooldown, and Meta adds another 5 seconds to our cooldown. So if our evade cooldown is already going up to, like, what does it add? Well, it doesn't work outside here. Like, if we're already at, like, 8 seconds cooldown, and then we would double that, that wouldn't be good. Now, since we got T-Bolt's Will back and the meta, we can at least demonstrate that. And we don't need the Litless Wall. That's very important. So we can take a focus, and I'm not sure which focus I want to take. I have multiple choices. So this one was Barrier, Critical Strike. This one had Critical Strike chance 5. Lucky Hit while Barrier is useless. Because, you know, Lucky Hit while Barrier doesn't work. This had the mana cost reduction. Don't have like the craziest focus in the world. Like, I have good focuses right now, but I don't have like that one focus that changes everything. I have some good ones. This is crit chance, resource gen. This would be crit chance, int. And this would be crit chance. No, none making me all woozy doozy. I think we're gonna try out the runic orb here. Gonna have to rip out the stones first. So let's go back to Kyovichan. This is bad. I already have the jug gone. We need to get rid of it. Hype for the minion buffs. We'll definitely try a Bone Spear minion build for the Gauntlet as well. Because a minion in a tier 70 dungeon is way different than a minion in a tier 100 dungeon, right? I mean, minions in tier 100s are barely able to... I mean, you can keep them alive and such. But it takes so much effort to play with minions in that high of a dungeon that all the fun gets lost. But now for the Gauntlet, minions might actually make a return, right? Critical Strike versus Vulnerable. There you go. Ta-da. So we might get rid of the ring. What were we enchanting on the orb? Ah, Serration. Yes, I got Serration now. Serration. Because due to playing an offhand, ladies and gentlemen, we can play Serration, which is insane to me. Getting another 40% damage multiplier. Right? So our Bone Spears are getting even stronger due to the new use of what we got going on. Duration. And we enchanted on the orb. Perfection. So that is Serration. That is still here. Lucky hit chance, crit chance, attack speed. We need to get rid of Juggernaut. How much armor do you think we need for a tier 70 dungeon? I mean, if a tier 100 dungeon needs you to have... $13,500. Man, how much damage would we take? Let's just go in with like our 6,000 here right now. Let's not change anything else. Let's just go in. We're also playing Bone Prison right now. Yep, it looks a bit weird, chat, but we do not need things. Our problem is that T-Bolt's Will... Actually, we can't really test the Bone Prison today, probably. Because our problem is that we can't activate T-Bolt's Will unless we're using Blood Mist currently. So the Bone Prison has to be simulated currently, because we need this for at least a little bit unstoppable. Was it tier 71? I mean, tier 71 is just child's play compared to anything. And that's why I'm thinking about going full damage. Like, do we even need armor? Because think about it, Chan. We'll do so much damage. It makes spammable Bone Prison would be useless. That's the thing. Like, in a tier 70, you do so much damage that you mostly don't need stuff, right? Right now, every dash would be 40%. See, like, you curse, and this is like the sturdiness of minions in a tier 70. I mean, you saw the Necro doing quite some damage in the like, see, why would I need any kind of barrier or anything? This is a tier 70, chat. Why would I even need Bonestorm? I mean, like, I'm doing so much more damage than that Necro did in... I'm just so much more efficient, chat. Seriously, I'm insane. This is a tier 70. So would I really need armor? Or can I just... I mean, right now I have 12,000 armor because of the Juggernaut, but we'll have to cut that out. Probably have to, like, weasel summon over the Paragon board. Here, these are some elites. That's it. And again, we're missing out on 40% damage multiplier right now. Okay, keep this in mind, Chad. This is without the 40% damage multiplier. Without. Okay.
I'm not ready yet.
I never saw someone use his main damage, the base skill. That's because the Necro base skills are lacking in terms of damage sources. So it's not like a druid where you can do like a shred druid. Simply doesn't work. Here to simulate the blood mist right now. So we're going to blood mist, right? We pull things together. And that's a 40% damage boost as well. So we kill things even faster than ever before. I mean, you have to consider also that we would be keeping our essence completely full at any time right now, correct? So you notice how I'm not always like at full essence? Well, that's because I can't dash for essence currently. I mean, this is like, yeah, this is like tier 70 gameplay, chat. This is what our leaderboard grind is going to look like. And then we have to tech for movement speed. Because now you see that I kill everything, right? So we need to tech for movement speed. I need a new movement speed amulet. There's no way around this at this point. I will probably have to try to find one on Diablo trade. Because my new amulet needs like 3 specific stats. It needs corpse stats, it needs movement speed stats, and it preferable also needs the damage multiplier, but I don't actually think I need the damage because I have more than enough damage. Yeah, so I was a tier 70 dungeon, Chan. Huh. So do we need more defense or not? No. And we could have used Bone Prison, because right now the only thing that is annoying is bosses, right? The bosses are stupid. But now think about it. If you Bone Prison a boss, do you know what happens, chat? They can't move anymore. Apart from the one boss that teleports. Good. So we got maximum damage here. Did you notice how we ever ran out of essence? So the Circle of Flesh might simply not be needed as well. Are you done with Last Epoch? No, no one ever said that. So right now I need different boots, or potential different boots, because this one is in stats, movement speed, essence cost reduction. I would essentially need the same boots and better. I would need the same boots and better. I need an offhand that has also essence cost reduction. I don't know which one I can reroll on the offense stats, actually. And I need to go to every jeweler to try to pick up a new amulet, right? Because what does my amulet right now need, Chad? What will my amulet need to be absolutely S tier? I would need movement speed, ranks to corpse skills, ranks to death reach. And I'm wondering if I find an amulet with ranks to death reach, guys, do you think that will be changed? What can I reroll here? Lucky hit while you have barrier. I'm going to reroll that. Into what? Essence cost reduction, correct? Resource generation. Oh, that's yes. 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 Resource generation plus is every single piece of resource I create times 20%. Yeah, that was a perfect reroll. This is great. But I gotta see in my Paragon board, could we change something? No, different question. If I put this off my chest, what else do we put on? Fuck me, sideways. Guys, bend me over like a pretzel and you know, call me animal names. But what are we gonna put on the chest? But because yeah, what are we gonna put on the chest? Since right now we have only, like, if we can't play Juggernaut and we don't need disobedience, so if these two options are out, the chest is completely optional. Is there any unique chest that we could use? I mean, Soulbrawn, not really worth it because it doesn't give us anything. Blood Artisan's not worth it. Mutilator Plate, not worth it. No, not really, huh? We get the chest piece. And that's like, we could put on Juggernaut, Disobedience, but 2 not option, Might, Protector, none of these. You could put on Bloodgetters, Torturers, Eluding, Hulking, and Shared Misery. What other aspect is there possible? I mean, we got Audacity for the stun. We could use Explosive Mist, but that's again useless. Embalmer for blood orbs, but that doesn't make any sense. Aspect of the void also. Coldbringers, no. Eluding. I mean, becoming injured while crowd control grants you unstoppable, technically, but also not. We could put on exploiters. No, exploiters. You have 20% increased crowd control duration. While enemies are unstoppable, you deal 40%. That's insane. Yes, exploiters. Why is exploiters so good? Let me see if I have exploiters right now. Here, look at this. Chan. This is... I fucking knew it. I don't have exploiters. Do I have exploit? I have it. Please tell me I have it. Yes. Okay, so you have 20% increased crowd control duration, okay? And then while enemies are unstoppable and bosses are always unstoppable, you deal 40% more damage to them. Yeah. So that would be just safe call 40% more damage, Chad. Correct? Does that make sense to you? Against any boss you're fighting, 40% damage multiplier. Boom. Sounds good? Because bosses are always unstoppable. Right? You have them. So that on the chest piece would actually be really nasty. Any other of the vampiric powers? The problem is no other vampiric power is worth it. Let me pull up the document. I have them all here. We have them all here. Here. So you got a cursed touch. That would be vampiric curse and vulnerable. But that's an offensive aspect, so it doesn't work. Defensive aspect would be undying defense. That would be when you cast a skill, you heal. But what for? I don't need to heal. You know? Then we got the mobility aspect that goes on the boots. And you got hectic utility aspect. That's for basic skills. I don't use basic skills. So right now, the only thing we could reasonably use is exploiters. I don't want to use the good exploiters, so I'm going to use the bad exploiters right now. We're going to rip out Juggernaut. So this is right now truly only 6,000 armor, chat. Yep, it's quite sad. 6,000 armor is nothing. We are actually pretty goddamn clucking weak. But we are doing now another 32% multiplicative damage, which is nice. And that 32% multiplicative damage, I mean, we can go into a tier 72 dungeon. Shifter, I don't know if Shifter Ruins had a boss. Here we go. Low-key, bosses don't count as unstoppable. Last time, I like in Abattoir Zero, they counted as unstoppable. The dudes, when you stun them too often. I mean, technically the boss should count as unstoppable, but even if he doesn't, like, also stunning normal minions should work. But again, it's not like I actually do have a different aspect that I can use. It's like the biggest problem is I have nothing else I could use reasonably, right? Now it's going to be hard to kind of wait. We should actually be able to check this on dummies technically. Chat, we should be able to check 40% bonus damage on dummies, right? Because if I shoot normal mobs, I should do normal mob damage to normal mobs. But if I then shoot on a boss dummy, I should instantly do 40% more damage multiplicative. And that should be quantifiable, right? I mean, right now you notice how I don't even have to try, right? So I literally just need movement speed here. When I'm not taking potions. I'm not like, you know, again, like finally I have to drink a potion. I'm probably not going to play Imbiber anymore because I'm not going to be looking to be healthy the whole time, right? And this is like what we expect from a difficulty standpoint. So this is where it's going to get a bit boring because it's just going to be about being fast and not about having skill. And like to be fair, I don't find being fast very skilled. I mean, it's just about finding the optimal pathing, right? But once someone found the optimal passing, it's just for me to replicate the route someone else has taken, and then I'm good to go, right? Why are we not using Bone Prison right now, chat? I would use Bone Prison because you notice how I don't need Blood Mist, right? I would use Bone Prison right now. By the way, we're only having the 6,000 armor. Do you notice any problem? I don't. So yeah. We would use Bone Prison instead of Blood Mist, but we need Blood Mist to simulate the pans because that's the only way how I can get T-Bolt's Will activated. I need to simulate it currently. Sacrifice a bit of damage for the Corpse Explosion Gloves. What for? I mean, the only advantage of the Corpse Explosion Gloves is that they seek. So I would say, yeah, not a crazy thought, to be honest. Since the seeking of the gloves might actually work. The problem is the crit chance you're losing. It's 15%. 12%? Like you just lose a huge amount of crit chance for that. So the seeking gloves might be not crazy. It could be a worthy thought. Then again, you're also just creating the corpses where you create the corpses. So we will keep this as a potential thing in the back of our mind. But like we'll look at my current gloves I have, and then you'll see why it's going to be hard to kind of replace them, right? So by the way, we're staying maximum essence out without T-Bolt's Will, chat. That means if I play T-Bolt's Will, I can drop this ring of exposed flesh. If I can drop the ring of exposed flesh, I can add another 25% damage multiplier. Or another 20% damage multiplier. Do we know Gauntlet is procedurally generated or static layout? Static layout every week. It's the same dungeon every single week. Well, it's the same dungeon for 1 week. With the same mob spawns and everything. And then the next week, it's going to be a different dungeon with the same mob spawns in that dungeon and so on. You know? So that's kind of like the way how it goes right now. Plush, thank you for the 75 centuries of support. Plush, very good to see you there, brother. Hope you're doing well. Well, right now, I think for a tier 70 dungeon, we also have to try out the blood build. And we're going to try out a minion build, chat. The blood and minion build, both things will be tried out. I think Shadow is definitely off the table. I just don't see, like, maybe with the sever changes. I think with Shadow, I'm going to wait for the sever changes to kind of look at that. There could be a way to maybe make sever work. I mean, I dearly hope they change sever. Did you change your rule about spending money in the game? No, we just bought this skin because it was really looking good, Huffy. Chat really was vibing with it. So there we go. Okay, now we curse him. We simulate T-Bolt's Will. Activate this, and now I'm doing more. Chat, I'm doing more. Chat, I'm doing more damage. I am doing 40% more damage. You can tell me what you want. You saw the fight against the other dude. That was 40% more damage. With the I mean, look at this. What just happened? What did just happen? Did you see the boss? No, you didn't. I mean, come on now. We just pooped all over his face. Like it's like a steaming stream of poop that just entered his mouth and started suffocating him. Hey, that was yeah. Let's check though. Let's check for real. There was a boss exactly. They should have just invited me. I would have given it to them, guys. I would have absolutely destroyed the gauntlet. Okay, let's see. We're going into the testing range. Yeah, but as far as I know, bosses count as unstoppable until they're staggered. Exactly, Scream. That's what I think too. But we don't have to think this. We can test it. Okay, now we're gonna go for normal training dummy. Okay, one training dummy, and I'm gonna shoot my things, and we see like 80k, 100k, right, like just standard numbers. So nothing special. I mean, obviously my essence also drains kind of like right now. Wait, yeah, but then we go now for like that was 80, 100k. Now we gotta wait for the essence to fill up again. Drink. Let's do this again quickly. We have nothing, so. Like that was 300k, 100k, 300k, 100k, 300, like 100, something in that direction, right? And now if we make it a boss dummy, in case the boss dummy would actually work, we are technically should have 40% more damage multiplicative, or in this case, 32% more damage. If this now would count as a boss. Now it's hard to say that was a 422. I haven't seen a 422 before. Right? So, but it's hard to say if that 422 was now caused by the corpse explosion to give us the multiplier, or if it was caused by that, you know? I mean, that was 263 out of the blue. So before it was 137. This was a 320, but we had a 320 before as well. So it's hard. Like that's a 432. I've never seen 432, but this is with a 40% multiplier currently on that one. So it's hard to like get the average out of that if it's more damage right now or not. Right, this is 170 though, so this is like this is slower again. But we also don't have the mana, so I need to wait for this. Then I need to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for T-Bolt's Will to be out. It gotta be more, right? Gotta be more. Well, we can check against Varan, how like if we feel how fast we kill him. It would be good if I had 2 different chess pieces to check this. Right? Let's take a different chess piece with me. I mean, the problem is this also gives me physical damage, so it anyways gives me more damage. Let's see, chest. Blood, bones, bone skill damage. Here, this gives me bone skill damage too. So let's take this one that gives me bone skill damage. Okay, that one gives me bone skill damage. The patch release? No, the patch is releasing in on Tuesday, but we can already test the things because tier 70 dungeons are available. Have you played the Necro from last epoch? Yes, and I've made many videos about it. Also, Voigi asking me if I played something and then calling the game I play currently trash is like, I mean, think about the way you're talking. And it's okay for you to enjoy last epoch, but there's no need for this amount of hate, you know? Okay, now let's see. We are taking the bonus damage chest, okay? So we take the bonus damage chest. We activate Varan. I'm gonna curse him. We're gonna curse him, activate Bonestorm. Then we're gonna go into the Blood Mist to simulate a thingies, and then we shoot our damage and whoa. Okay, that's how fast he just died. Okay, Chad? You all saw this. He just absolutely vanished, correct? I mean, he just went to Narnia. Now we're gonna swap the chest and we're gonna remove that 32% multiplier. Okay? I saw a couple of 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 millions, right? Sever Necromancer can easily overdamage Bone Necro right now. That's wrong, but it's cute. You think it could do that? Sever Necro is not bad. T. The problem is for Sever's damage to really scale high, you need to get like the Shadow proc thingy off for the Shadow Blight Key passive. And yeah, since you're kind of forced to get that off, like in the time where you get that off, I'm already in Narnia. Oh, Chris, you're all good, brother. Let's get this on now. Curse for bonus damage. Activate this. Go into the mode. Wait for this to go off. I mean, bows kill incredibly fast. I couldn't really say if we're doing more damage or not, Chad. I can't say it. Like right now we're a menace in general. Do you have to create a new character when Gauntlet comes out? Nope. Nope, you don't. I miss my loot filter, chat. I'll say it. I miss my loot filter. Okay, what do we have? Poison resistance, resistance. No. 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 I miss my loot filter. Said it. I'm not taking it back. Yeah, so even if it doesn't do more damage, we are out of options. Again, let's go back to the options that we have, chat. So even if we don't play the exploiters, the only other aspect we could play is hectic, which is useless. Hulking, also not there. Protecting, when hit while not healthy, we get a magical bubble around us. Torturous, no. Undying. So the only aspect we could play that would make sense is Undying for healing, but we don't need this. So or Audacity for the stun. There is not a single aspect. This is truly sadness. There's not a single aspect that could help us. Maybe Shared Misery for the crowd control spreading. That could be something. Like with Shared Misery, you do that, you know? I remember you from Hearthstone streams long ago. You still stream full time, but I have not done anything else the past 11 years now, my friend. So right now, I'd say this makes perfect sense. And now on our ring, we're currently playing the Circle of Exposed Flesh. And what I want to do is I want to get rid of the ring and I want to replace it through And now I would need to find a second perfect ring to do this quickly. But I would replace my ring currently through one that gives me... Edgemaster. Because I don't know of a better ring. So we have Edgemaster, right? And Edgemaster is another 20% multiplicative damage plus. When I cast with full resource, and I more or less can always cast with full resource. So I could get this over the resource from here, since the resource is provided by T-Bolt's will. I don't know if there's another aspect on a ring that could give me more damage. So we could get critical strikes, give us attack speed, useless. A cursed touch, useless. Adaptability is useless. Bone prison segment exploding could be fun, actually. So you could play the aspect of the bursting bones, chat, to have the bone prison explode. The problem with the bursting bones is that bursting, this damage can't be scaled. So it's 302 damage with everything, right? I mean, Vogie, again, it's okay to like Last Epoch, but, you know, like, stop hating on Diablo right now. We're here to have fun, and you're not having fun. You're just being weird. Okay? So, that's what you could do with Bursting Bones, technically. Okay? Technically. But I don't think that Bursting Bones is a thing. So, Decay, obviously not an option. Elements is... So, Elements could work, right? You have the... You know that you have the Elements. Elements is the one that rotates every 7 seconds. I don't know. I don't think I have one of those, sadly. Yeah, so the aspect of Elements is 30% more damage for 7 seconds, and then it's to physical, and then it's 7 seconds to cold, poison, and shadow. Wouldn't really work. Empowering Reaper wouldn't work. Frenzied Dead, no. Grasping Veins, we have that already. Plunging doesn't work. Potent Blood doesn't work. Reanimation, no. We got distant enemies get stunned. Increased damage to stunned enemies, yeah, sure, but useless, kind of, right? Swelling Curse is useless. Dam doesn't work. Expectant, no. Shadow damage over time, no. Resource. Yeah, the only one that makes sense is Edgemaster. It's actually crazy how many useless aspects we have. Where Edgemaster is just a 20% damage multiplier. Well, you could play Mother's Embrace, technically, because Mother's Embrace gives you essence back. But that also feels useless, kind of, so I don't think that would work. All right, Starless Skies. Okay, so yeah, Starless Skies. If I had Starless Skies, that would obviously be my choice. That is a 40% multiplier. I don't have Starless Skies, so fuck that, right? Yeah, so if I had, yes. If I had Ring of Starless Skies, it's that. I think Edgemaster is the poor man's version, because Edgemaster is always 20%, where Ring of Starless Skies is a 40% after casting. So there we go, right? I guess that's like the best way to look at it right now. Okay, I knew the person was weird, guys. That was a new follower in the Diablo 4 category, shitting on Diablo. Weird. Okay, so if I need Starless Skies, I guess I will have to farm some more Duriel now before the leaderboard. I don't know about damage. Well, the Starless Skies is a simple 40% damage multiplier, right? Spending resource reduces resource cost and increases your damage by 10% for 3 seconds up to 40. So it's just simple bonus damage. Like right now, I would have like 20%. So the thing is, Starless Skies is good after using X abilities, because you need to use abilities. Whereas Edgemaster is good on my first cast. The thing is, if I cast 2 times, Edgemaster is essentially 20% and 20% plus. If I cast 2 times with the Ring of Starless if I cast 2 times with the Ring of Starless Skies, I'm going from 10 to 20 to 30, right? And and then the Ring of Starless Skies is already better. than what Edgemaster has to offer. So right now, the Edgemaster is the poor man's Starless Skies. I guess. That Varan just got deleted. I mean, generally, Bone Spear deletes everything. Another build I want to try out, just like, so this is currently what I have in my mind, and also what I have in my mind with the Paragon board. Let's actually, wait. Let's buy amulets in Kyova-chan from the Gambler-chan. Because we need to get the perfect thing, right? There's so many RPGs, I can't play them all. You can! You just have to rotate them. It's the best way to level up this season, seasonal mechanic. Seriously, just spend your time here in the seasonal mechanic. You'll fly through levels. There's literally no questions asked. So I need to go through amulets that we get the perfect amulet. Again, what are we looking for, guys? Death Reach, Corpse Skills, ranks to amplify damage, probably. And then, yeah, I guess movement speed. That it's going to be impossible to find. Like, seriously, it's like, I think the amulet I'm looking for is I can't find it. Okay, let's see. That is Tides of Blood. All curse skills, damage reduction from distant enemies, and shadow damage over time. It seems like the most useless thing I've ever seen in my life. Strength, Macabre, Fuel by Death. Fuel by Death would actually also work, but I do need... Oh, cooldown reduction could also work. I do need movement speed. Actually, movement speed for 4 seconds after killing an elite. Could that work in case we're not finding the other stat, Chad? I mean, it's sad that we think about it, but... I mean, worst case scenario, could it work? I do have boots with 16% movement speed. I will get another 12% movement speed from my skills, so that's good. Let's do another tier 71, Chad. This is another tier 71. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, have you seen my crit chance? We're currently at 44%, okay? So if I now take the gloves away, look what I would be losing, Chad. I lose 4 ranks in Bone Spear. I lose 16% lucky hit chance, which is significant for corpse making. I lose my critical strike chance of 10% and attack speed. What's my thoughts on the campfire so far? I like the Necro changes. I am very sad that they half-assed the Vampiric powers. I mean, seriously, making them aspects is just stupid, and making them mostly offensive aspects is double stupid. So, like, the Vampiric powers is a complete failure currently. The way how they're integrating them. Not even up for discussion. It's just what it is. All in all, I think it's an okay update. That's it. Okay. Like the level of update is okay. Like I'm fine with it. I will have my fun with the leaderboard. I think a lot of people are disappointed because they were hoping for endgame, right? And it's not endgame. That's okay. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to feel that disappointment. It's valid disappointment. I still do think it's not a bad update, or not the bad update people will make it out to be. I mean, there's obviously the Diablo hater crowd that's just absolutely unsatisfied, and that's okay. You know, you're always allowed to be unsatisfied. And yes, by the way, 6,000 armor only, Chad. Not more. Not more. Just 6,000. Right? So I'll have my fun, but I think it's going to make for boring stream content. I mean, this is a tier 70 dungeon, okay? You see me going through a tier 70 dungeon, and I'm not even trying. So I'm barely, like, taking my resources. I have no armor. I teched everything into offense. There's literally, like, no more skill needed in picking your equipment. The min-maxing is only down to picking the maximum amount of offensive power, right? So not even like a little bit of defensive power left. It's just like maximum offensive power and then just zooming. Which is in my eyes a little bit boring, because like at least before you had to like look out, how do I make my character survive in a tier 100 dungeon? I understand that tier 70 is that the Gauntlet is meant to be accessible by everyone. So I do get the sentiment. Don't get me wrong. I understand. It's just I still don't have to like it, you know. only because I understand doesn't mean I have to like it. So yeah, personally for me, it's a little bit lackluster, and it will be a terrible viewing experience. You know, but let's be real. I mean, nothing about like leaderboards sounds like this is gonna be super fun to watch. Yeah, maybe in the beginning a little bit to see like, you know, the creator perform like and watch him like how far can he go, but it's not going to be like anything like super batshit crazy, right? So that was a tier 70 and a tier 70 boss. You notice our speed is there. We're sadly not getting the maximum amount of T-Bolt's will, but we'll get to that point. It's a bit of a doozy, we'll see how it turns out. I think it's gonna give me weekly fun to like return like every week. I will Monday. So like if they change it Monday, right? Every Monday I will log in. I'll play Diablo. I'll try out the new leaderboard. I'll try to get top 100, top 10, and then throughout the week I'll check if my position gets worse and then maybe redo it, right? But every week I will give an updated build for what is happening. Because simply, I enjoy doing that. It's fun for me to do this. It's fun for me to give you updated good builds, right? Booty said that tier 70 is the old tier 70 before Nightmare Dungeon patch somehow. Nope. Definitely not. The way how the gauntlet looks there, damage-wise, it looks like a standard ass tier 70. From the way how the damage is dealt and everything, you know. Necro tier 100 is easy mode because of Litless Wall. Yes, we're not playing Litless though right now, right? The Gauntlet is happening on Tuesday. Spend Shattered Stone on more. Oh yeah, we could do this. We could buy more shit right now. It's interesting. No, Sarson. I mean, what I would like to have currently is I would like to have infinite nightmare tiers. So let the nightmare tier just go higher, like 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 110, and so on. But yeah, Dawn Wolf, thank you for the brand new subscription. Welcome to the Knights of the Round Table. Also, chat, if you do have a subber dubber, don't forget to spend it here on Twitch. Thank you very much. Man, let's look at the wait. Let me open my downloader again, because I don't know where the file otherwise is. No, wait, it should actually be here. So this was the Gauntlet gameplay from yesterday. Okay, Chad, this is the Gauntlet gameplay from yesterday from our live stream. And if we're looking at the, like, if you look at the damage the dude does, he does like some decent damage, but he does less than what I do to a degree. The Tomb Lord does meld slower, but Tomb Lords are notoriously having higher HP. So it could be that the boss HP is slightly higher than what we see in current tier 70 dungeons. If you're looking at the normal HP from the mobs, like these normal mobs here, they just die with a one hit. So the HP from the normal mobs is somewhat definitely there. I feel like the boss HP might be slightly higher to what we see in tier 70 dungeons. Because right now, whenever they fight a boss, I mean, it might be just like he does less damage. Wait, is he using, let me check. He's not using, yeah, yeah. I can tell you why he's doing less damage, Chad. And you want to know why? Because he is not using... He's using Shakos, right? Is he using Shakos? I can't tell right now. It doesn't look like he's using Deathless Visage to me. He's using Shakos, correct? Yeah. Darren, thank you for your subscription. Thank you for being a member on the YouTube. So one thing he's missing out on, this one here. He's not using the Deathless Visage. And that is, versus bosses, stupid to not use, in my opinion. Shako is a good item, don't get me wrong. Like, Shako is fantastic. But, I mean, two things on this player here right now. He's not using the Black River, so he's missing out on those millions of damage, right? And he's missing out on the Deathless Visage for, like, a lot of damage. Especially, he's not using the Ring of Sacrilegious Souls on top, and he's using the Litless Wall, which is also useless. So, he is, in fact, missing out a lot of damage. I mean, it might be even that he's using Doombringer, I don't actually know. So I couldn't reliably say if the HP is much higher than that, you know? Any way to show your build without streaming, Max? You can make a Mobalytics. You know, you can go on Mobalytics, make your build there and send me a link and I can look at it. Yeah, I mean, like let's look at the Sorcerer and how much damage the Sorcerer does with Ball of Lightning. just to get a feeling for like the tier 70-ish thingies. But usually when we're looking at necromancer right now and to the damage that my bone spear deals, I mean, I do more damage simply because of the deathless visage, because the deathless visage just scales insane. Switch of the land. That's a lot of 100k. Actually, he's not like, yeah, he's just doing the normal amount of damage that you would expect there. I feel like it's the same, maybe slightly higher HP, but I feel like it's the same HP that the bosses we just have right now. I just do more damage. Simple. They should have added 3 different tiers for the gauntlet. Could have been interesting, actually, to add multiple different tiers for the gauntlet. I wouldn't have complained. Would like that. Buy caches. How many did I have to buy? 20 for maximum bolts? I think it was 20, right? The worst to start a new char at this point in the season. I mean, you will take very short to actually level up. So why would I not start a new char right now? Because we're getting a patch test realm soon and you can play season 4 soon. Now this sounds really sad, right? But it is what it is, Chad. There is a patch test realm coming. So forget about season 3, to be honest. Forget anything about season 3. We're getting a public patch test realm where everyone can test season 4 stuff early. So realistically, why would I still keep playing season 3 stuff if I could already test season 4 stuff and already make builds and content about season 4? At least for me as the content creator, right? But even you, like, you might have played all the season 3 things already, so you're going to be paying patch test realm too. And the patch test realm is even streamable. So that's going to be like really something. I'm not sure how they'll handle this. That's movement speed, and that's it. So this amulet has movement speed, Chad, but that's it. Afterwards, it was useless. That has amplified damage, and then that's it. See, like, I'm telling you, getting the amulet I'm looking for is borderline impossible because of all the things I really need. This is compound fracture with macabre skills and a low roll. This is death reach. This has death reach, and we need death reach. Why do we need death reach, guys? Because death reach will give movement speed and even more movement speed. So that's why we really want this. This is bone skill damage and evasion, which is kind of nice. The willpower is useless, and the rest is already trash again. So put this all to the blender, in the blender. And next batch of amulets being bought. So I'm always a bit torn about patch test realms because, I mean, like, they're essentially going to make me not even play the current content, right? Instead of playing what's there right now, I'm just going to be simply playing the new content, because why would I play the old content if the new content is already there? Do you think it's worthy to use Grandfather? So the thing about Grandfather is that you would lose out on Black River. So you would have your bone spears do more damage, and you would attack slower. Now, Grandfather would give you a total of 1000% critical strike more and higher your whole damage quite tremendously. I think Grandfather does very well, but the Black River plus offhand combo is as well, like, plenty insane. Honestly, I don't have Grandfather right now to test, and the reality is we will see in the leaderboards, right? I mean, we will see in the leaderboards. And then we will see which is better. Grandfather, no Grandfather. What's the choice there? What's the hassle, the bingo bongo, the dilly dally? Right? You can see. So releasing public test run for next season just makes the season start 1 month earlier with bugs? Kinda. I mean, end of the day, I'm a content creator, so I won't complain about it. Like, right? I mean, no matter what I think about the healthiness of the game, what it's going to do for the game or whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, I'm a content creator. I get to play content earlier. What can I say? Essence cost reduction, cooldown reduction, compound fracture. See, this amulet could have been ultra tier, right? Ladies and gentlemen, ultra tier. But it has 1 rank in compound fracture. Where's my last epoch crafting system when I need it? Chat, where's my last epoch crafting system when I need it? Yeah, you have 2000 critical damage and 25k attack power, James. Exactly. I mean, attack power doesn't mean anything, right? Technically doesn't mean anything. because with like damage by healthy, you just get like 7,000 attack power plus or so. But realistically, as you say, with Grandfather, having the 2,000 critical strike damage is still brings you to the question: you attack twice as slow, so you attack way slower, but you do way more damage, and you're missing out on the bonus like critical strike chance, resource generation, cooldown reduction, and the ossified key passive. That's the thing as well. I play the ossified key passive, so my critical strikes are getting times 40%, whereas your critical strikes getting times 1,000%. I simply don't know. Like, I guess Grandfather is going to be nice, but I don't think it's going to be like the must-have in any capacity. Also, you get to think about hitting whole rooms with one corpse explosion. So this is something we haven't mentioned yet, right? But the Black River makes your corpse explosions hit a whole room. And you've seen the design of this right now, correct? So you notice how the dude is, wait, let me pull this up. You notice how he's like having to, like these two guys, you notice how they stayed alive for a second, or like how he has to like every now and then in between, like do his, like these all would have died to a corpse explosion already. These all would have died to another corpse explosion. So he's kind of like, it's good that you have all the damage with your bone spear, right? Don't get me wrong, fantastic bone spear damage. But having this insane corpse explosion damage makes all these things just die on the side, while you're just keep on zooming. So you essentially have like less damage, probably, and might take 2 seconds longer versus a boss, but you net total clear more mobs as you're going through the dungeon, because you throw one bone spear in and the corpse explosion evaporates everything. And it evaporates everything in the whole map circle, right? And I think that's what's gonna make like the very big difference, where the corpse explosion Black River is just a very useful combo. But maybe that's just wishful thinking on my side, you know, as always. What do I know even? Chat, what do I know? I'm just talking out of my ass end of the day, right? I tried Varan with friend and I got a deathless visage. Both times we did it. Is it Duriel who drops the Litless Wall? No, the Litless Wall is being dropped by Lord Zier, and the Black River is being dropped by Duriel, even though this Black River is from the open world. Okay, Evosion, Macabre skills. I will not get this amulet I'm looking for. I think like getting the amulet I'm looking for is just impossible. Like actually impossible. I don't know if you have your perfect amulet already. The good thing is, chat, it doesn't need to be item level 925. Movement speed, rank to all corpse skills, and see, this is almost perfect, because right now, what could I do with this amulet, chat? I could re-roll the summoning skill damage into Death Reach passive, but I would only have one rank in amplified damage, so it would be semi-awesome. And right now, my amulet gives me corpse skills, amplify, fortify damage reduction, useless, and intelligence. Intelligence is nice, but I only have 829. It's not that much, right? So I'd rather have like the movement speed. Honestly, I'll keep this one. I'll keep the movement speed one here, because that's at least something, right? The first something I have. Nothing. Whenever I see an item that only has 4 stats, I want to craft another stat on it. I've played too much Last Epoch, chat. I'm infested with the Last Epoch virus. The thing is, I play Black River with Litless. Yeah, but you say Black River with Litless, James, right? This is Black River with offhand. Two different, complete different plays. Because the offhand adds so much more to it, right? But as always, in order to try this, I would need Grandfather. I don't have Grandfather, and I won't farm for it. I mean, like, Grandfather hasn't dropped for me yet, and I have like no singular interest in spending my time farming Grandfather. I would rather like watch bikini pictures of my mom. Maybe that turns me on. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but like I really have zero interest in banging my head against Duriel now multiple times just to maybe in any capacity get what I want. Or if I don't get what I want, to craft 5 Uber uniques. No, 4. Sorry, chat, listen. 4 Uber uniques, not 5. 4 Uber uniques into the Uber unique I want. They changed it. It's 4 now. I mean, not now, but they will change it. So yeah, 4.
Leaving so soon?
What is this? Coil says blood essence cost reduction. Oh, like you have essence cost reduction. The rest is completely useless. Yikes. Movement speed, bone scale damage. See, this is not bad. This would be a very good amulet for a tier 100 dungeon because you got movement speed, bone scale damage, and damage reduction. Damage reduction, though, completely useless. 100% useless for tier 70. So, fuck you. 100% useless. Not even like worth a single consideration. Movement speed, lucky hit chance while bearer, total armor, and hellbent commander passive. Wow, that would be amazing if there was a working minion build. There's not a working minion build, Chan. Might actually keep it though, just in case. This is Death Reach. Finally, 2 ranks in Death Reach. And that's it. That's it. Useless. I tell you, getting the amulet I'm looking for is it won't happen. It won't happen. You can play my Necro. It's BMP. I mean, thank you for offering, but account sharing is something you shouldn't do. Just FYI. I mean, like different IP logins and whatsoever, and zibbity zabbity, your account is banned for account sharing, which for some reason is prohibited. I'm a fan of Uberless builds. I mean, absolutely. Ubers are not needed in any capacity, and it's going to be interesting to see in the leaderboard how much it makes a difference. I mean, for Barbarian, not having Uber uniques is definitely a downside. I mean, we don't have to discuss this. For Barbarians, not having Uber uniques is 100% terrible. For Necro, it's 100% optional to have Uber uniques. There's no discussion there as well. Like 100% optional. Having them, like, for example, in my case right now, Starless Skies. Starless Skies would be just better. So there's no discussion here simply because it would just be. So that's the only thing where I say this is the only Uber unique that I could grind, but I can't grind Starless Skies, right? There's no way I sit down and I get that. I could get whatever, but I cannot plan to get Starless Skies. Unless I plan to farm so much that I get multiple Uber uniques, huh? To then disenchant that. 5 uniques into 1 Uber unique. I'll make it 10 or 20 uniques into 1 Uber unique, or even 30. But yes, it would be great if there was something in that direction. You would have to plan 100 plus Durio runs. I mean, there's no problem, right? I go on Diablo, trade, and buy myself Durio materials. Where can I go, right? And I can also go here on d4gold.com, and then I buy myself Durio materials. I mean, what do they cost right now? Like 200 for $5 or something in that direction. All right, what do we have here? 13 here. Here you go, Chan. Here you go. I'm just gonna buy myself Durio admission, 200. Oh, that's $25. Come on, like 200 Duriels, guys. $25. Let's go. Woo! Fuck you, seriously. So yeah, and you get dupe resources. Yes. It's simply I'm not willing to put that effort in, Chan. I mean, like, since I don't believe in streamer privilege, so I would have to farm my Duriels myself and then do rotations with the chat, right? But I wouldn't have like Chad essentially feed me, for example, derails just to get something, because that's a dig move. Corpse skills, blood. Oh man, you started so good. But yeah, that would be a dig move that I couldn't live with. Simple matter. And since I'm not going to farm them, because I'm not planning to spend that much time, then what happened? Oh, that's death reach, intelligence, total armor. Well, like the question is, maybe I want too much movement speed, but movement speed is everything, right? So like maybe I want too much with the amulet I'm looking for, but if movement speed is technically everything, right? You can join me with 100 euro MSC. Like that's the thing. Like it's not about that I don't appreciate it, James. But this is exactly the skewed perspective that streamers create in the game. You do have a lot of derail mats. I, as the streamer, could obviously leech from those mats right now. But it's like exactly the game experience that doesn't exist. Like I would get advantage in the leaderboard just by being a creator and having a community I can leech materials off. And I personally find that detestable and sad. Even though people would like, I'm not forcing anyone, right? People willingly offer it. I don't have to put a gun to your face and be like, give it to me or I'll kill you, right? Still. Okay, we're re-rolling this right now because we're looking for 3 ranks into Death Rage. Probably not even possible to get that, right? Dude, that's the double movement speed, Chan. Movement speed plus movement speed after killing an elite. I mean, like, could this work? Chad, could that work? Could that be an amulet worthy? I mean, how often do they kill an elite? Come on, like, how's the elite density here? When he's starting, he runs past. 1 elite dead, 4 seconds movement speed. I mean, I wouldn't stand there. I would have my corpse explosions do the corpse explosion thing, right? See that's by the way here he lost time because corpse explosion was taking care of that. Same here, corpse explosion. Just shows how much useful corpse explosion is for these kind of scenarios here right now. Corpse explosion would have killed that all already multiple times over. Yeah, more movement speed would be better, but I think like I might just try that amulet because I don't want to like roll all my money away. I barely have enough money to do these things right now. I mean, Game Pass is going to bring a lot of players. Because why not? I mean, if you already have Game Pass, why would you not just try the game? When you get it for free. Well done. Firewall Sorg, enemies die behind. See, sounds like a good strategy. I like that. Bloom passive, critical, cooldown, close, damage reduction, essence reduction. I mean, this is bone skill damage and essence reduction, which is actually interesting, but I need movement speed. It's just all about movement speed at this point. It's actually really sad the amount of money I'm wasting right now. That's movement speed and the shit. The amount of money I'm simply just wasting to get the perfect amulet for a leaderboard that has nothing to do with the actual gear grind, right? There was still grind like tier 80s. I was looking for that, right? Good amulet with a cooldown reduction. I don't really need cooldown reduction because I don't need Bonestorm. Like Bonestorm has become optional. I did the math, Chad. I have 44% critical strike chance. Bonestorm would bring me up to 64, and Grasping Veins would bring me up to 96. So I don't need this because right now with 44 plus this, I'm at 74. And then since I am actually at 168 essence, 168 essence is quite a lot. Due to also whenever you cast in the skill tree, you're getting critical strike chance plus for every point of essence, right? It's not a lot, but that's another like 2-3% you're getting on top. I mean, you're at 80% anyways. And if I then drink a potion of critical strike chance, right? And that's the thing. I would just drink a potion of critical strike chance. I'm at so much critical strike chance that Bonestorm becomes optional and not mandatory anymore. Which brings me to the point where I could dump Bonestorm away instead of using it and kind of get like Army of the Dead for instant damage. I've been thinking about this hard, Chan, to use Army of the Dead to kill bosses faster. Because Army of the Dead, in comparison to Bonestorm does some damage, but I would have to stand close to the opponent. But I need to stand away from the opponent. And Army of the Dead would give me corpses that actually explode. So I've been hard at thinking that Army of the Dead might actually be worth to be used to kill bosses faster. And this sounds like so crazy, but like this is serious. I'm serious about using this. Every streamer accepts Duriel donations or just run rotas with viewers. Running rotas with viewers, if you farmed your own mats, is okay. Accepting Duriel donations, for me personally, is like, it's cheap. Again, because like it creates a gameplay experience that doesn't exist. It gives people the feeling like you have the streamer who has every single Uber unique, right? But that's only achievable because people have been like feeding the streamer Duriel tries. I'm like, I mean, think about it what you want. It's my personal way of feeling about this, you know, a personal way of how I feel with this. And I don't want it, you know. I don't want to be fed that way. I mean, it's okay if that's what you want to do as a creator. Again, like don't like, I'm not bashing anyone here, right? This is important. Just do whatever you feel like doing. I'm not your conscience. I'm not your granny mammy. I'm just Mr. Ponyhoff doing the things I think better. Okay, this is bonus movement speed and bonus movement speed after killing an elite, chat. It's kind of sad rolls though. Let's see how that pans out. What do we? We wanted to check out Army of the Dead. So instead of using Bonestorm, guys, because I just said it, we have so much crit chance that we don't need it. I can put 2 points in here, right? And I don't need the third point because I don't summon anything. I could even put another point into corpse explosion slowing, but I don't need this. I would rather put another point into... Well, I could get more essence back with Grim Harvest. I don't think that I need that as well. So I probably could put another point into Serration, so I just get a little bit more critical strike chance. So bibbity wobbity wibbity woo. Tier 70 dungeon. What do we have? Tomb of the Saints. I don't know what that is right now, if there's a boss or not. We'll see. But you having the Ubers is good for us. Tiago, technically me having the Ubers is good for you, but Necromancer is mostly worse with Ubers. Okay, we're already moving faster. I like that Army of the Dead there. I mean, again, like we are not using Bonestorm. Oh god, I'm so much faster. I can't even control my character anymore. Like as you notice, like no Bonestorm here. Like now I could use Army of the Dead and I kill everything and I kill everything faster because my corpse explosions are also being fueled by Army of the Dead. That's the interesting part when you're playing Black River, that doing this is also boosting. Like I just killed an elite, so I get the movement speed bonus. Now I get slowed down from range attacks. Oh, I should the movement speed bonus. God, I'm actually moving faster than I'm comfortable with, so I'm getting old and I don't know what to do. So like, did we take any damage here right now? No, we didn't, right? This is like literally me just moving to a tier 70, and this is again what you have to expect in the leaderboard, right? This is the leaderboard, chat. Everything died to a corpse explosion. Fantastic. That's what you want to see. And that's where, no matter how much damage your Bone Spear does, what Bone Spear can't do, right? I mean, if they're all clustered up like that and one corpse explosion with a Black River just kills everyone. Even these things, do you see like how that fly that wasn't even in the path of my Bone Spear, how that died? Because it was just in the same room as the corpse explosion. And that's where the corpse explosion bonus comes in so nicely. and why I like Black River with the Black River area so much. But, like, all died. See, my Bone Spear didn't even go in the direction of these dudes, right? I'm stuck here in the wall, whatever that was. I don't only like Bone Spear to kill that dude because he just dies from vicinity damage. Right? Boom, everyone dead, corpse explosion. And boom, everyone dead, corpse explosion. And that's where I think, like, you're gonna be better off not using Grandfather. Again, personal opinion on the not using Grandfather, because you can just keep zooming. Does this make sense for you? Where I'm like trying to like see that Black River really does give you an advantage here. Oh, I think this dungeon is over when I kill everything, right? Don't actually know. Okay, that movement speed after killing an elite is actually funny. I think like permanent movement speed is still better, but it gives me a nice little boost whenever I kill an elite. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt to get, essentially, right? By the way, this here is all without T-Bald's Will, right, chat? I'm currently running T-Bald's Will, but we're, again, missing out 40% damage multiplier because we are, in fact, not having the... like, we don't have the Metamorphosis Vampiric Power, which is the first thing we have to farm, by the way. First time I almost died to anything. Hehe. I tried Grandfather last season, James. Don't get me wrong. I tried Grandfather last season. I have it on my other character. And I came to that conclusion already last season. Okay, now we use Army of the Dead to essentially create a bunch of corpses. That gives me bonus damage. And makes bonus corpses for my corpse explosion to essentially give me also bonus essence back. I think I like the Army of the Dead more than the Bonestorm right now. Mainly because I don't need Bonestorm damage around me to kill anything. Yeah. I guess. I mean, now we need the meta vampiric power. Oh. Hey, Chad. I'm wondering why I deal less damage, right? I forget to enchant the amulet with corpse tendrils. Oh, did you not disenchant it? True, I disenchanted Grandfather. Draco, you bought Deeper Galactic Survivor? Good choice. Good choice. What build are we playing? We're playing the Nuclear Necro. It's a combination of Maximum Corpse Explosion and Bone Spear. We forgot, ladies and gentlemen, to put on the Grasping Veins. And I'm just wondering, like, something was off. Like, we're missing some multipliers, right? Our computers were not computing. Our damage was not damaging the way it's supposed to be. Luckily, we can fix this. But good that we noticed this early on. Early on. Would have been a shame if we noticed this way later, huh? Would be Blood Surge plus C fastest for Necro. See, like, that's where I don't think it would work. Because, again, like, we need to look for the Blood Surge. So, Blood Surge might become, ladies and gentlemen, the best build for Necro. But that comes down to the actual patch note changes that are coming tonight. Because in the campfire chat, here, let me pull this up. That's Necromancer changes. This is the minion buffs, right? They were kind of sad to a degree. Here. Core skill buffs to Blight, Blood Surge, and Sever. Also buffs and functionality adjustment to underused passives. For example, Spiked Armor and Death Reach. They said, for example, the thing is, maybe there's more coming. We don't know this yet. So is there another underused passive that the Necro has in general? And the answer is yes. I mean, this one is underused because Transfusion is kind of sad. Drain Vitality is sad to a degree. Necrotic Carapace is not working. This one is not being used at all, so it could be also reworked. That one is fine. This one is not working as intended anyways. That one no one has been using, but they buffed it now. Maybe they do something to unliving energy as well, but I don't think so. I mean, down here, technically the bonded essence is useless. No one uses that or should use this, so it might be changed as well. There might be some more changes coming technically, right? And if Blood Surge, so the problem with Blood Surge is, read the skill, chat. So Blood Surge does damage, and then Blood Surge Nova damage is increased by 10% per enemy drain up to 50%. And that's where the real damage comes from. Bone Spear does so much damage because it breaks apart and does the shards that do bonus damage, right? But these bonus damage, that scales unconditionally. I mean, look at Bone Spear right now, 43,000 damage base, and then the 10,000 damage per shard, okay? And that is for the Nova, for example. The Nova part here is the 12,000 damage, the damage that the shards of the Bone Spear deal. Crazy, right? And that Nova damage is increased per drained enemy, which is then insane if there's a lot of enemies with a 50% multiplier on the overpower and whatsoever. But if there's only one boss, it's not worth it. Now, considering that you actually never fight bosses alone because you always drag other minions into the boss, it might still be that Blood Surge is useful. Correct? And I don't know this. I will have to give this a try to find out in the long run if that holds any merit, if that could work or not. Now, I do have my second necromancer to try out more builds. Right, Chad? We do have the second necromancer to try out more builds. He's here. The only problem is he's not ready for blood builds, I think. This one is not ready for blood builds. I mean, it takes an hour to get him ready for blood builds, right? So we are having currently on him... I have Dead Razor leveled, Essence, Golem, Imbiber, Amplify, Exhumation, Mage, Gravekeeper, Exploit Seam. Like, I don't have any of the blood thingies leveled, so that wouldn't work. Yeah. Sadius, thank you very much, sir. So this could still be like the minion Bone Spear build that I've been planning to do, because there is a minion Bone Spear build I've been planning to do, but we'll also see what they do about Blight, because they're planning to change Blight and Sever. And for Sever, I hope that they actually work on these right now. Because what is the problem of Sever, guys? That Sever is technically only good with minions, right? I mean, Supernatural Sever to get more multiplicative damage on minions, or that you would work with Paranormal Sever to make things vulnerable, but the vulnerable is bullshit. I mean, the cool thing is that Sever damages enemies along its path for 40% of the initial damage. That's insane. And Sever itself has a very nice base scaling. I mean, if you look at Sever right now, when you actually do shadow damage, right? Here. So Sever actually does like 23,000 base, which is kind of nice already, especially because the first part of Sever can crit and the second part of Sever can crit too. So there is quite some damage that Sever can put down there. Technically. But we'll see what they really do to Sever or Blood Surge to make it better. I mean, end of the day, Blood builds got something cool coming, right? Blood Surge got... Blood builds got this coming. God, too many windows open. Which one was I looking for? Blood builds got this one coming, ladies and gentlemen. Blood Boil. When your core skills overpower an enemy, you spawn 3 volatile blood drops. Collecting a blood drop causes it to explode, dealing 7,000 damage. That damage can crit, overpower, and whatsoever. And every 20 seconds, your next skill guaranteed overpowers. So if you play the blood boiling aspect now in any capacity together with the Blood Surge build, that would be nice, right? Especially because the Blood Surge build also does not have to play Lidless Wall anymore. So we can return to not playing Lidless Wall. We can return to blasting everything into pieces. And that's why I think Blood Surge could be very good. Especially with T-Bald's Will. Because essence has always been a problem, but if I now get T-Bolt's Will and resource generation rings, shit's gonna hit the fan, right? There's a lot possible this season with really what's there to come on the leaderboards. I mean, you might even, and here comes the interesting part, Chan. So what do you say? If a blood build doesn't need Bonestorm anymore for the barrier, you could even play Blood Wave and have that overpower and just do copious amounts of like super overpower damage. Right? Great, isn't it? So yeah, where are we going? Oh, there's a world boss. Should we kill a world boss in 11 minutes? And this is 36 minutes. So, I mean, the good part is that if you have a tier 70 able damage build, right? It's also insane for the overworld. Because right now I put so much more damage into this build, like so much more damage than I would usually deal. It's brilliant. We can zoom through the hell tides even faster. I mean, maybe I can get materials for one more Durio, and then I can get one more Ring of Starless Skies, Chad. Maybe, huh? Let's see. Like I got 19 eggs. I got 5 steel. Yeah, one more Durio, the final one, to get the Ring of Starless Skies. Has it been confirmed? The stars align? What about the aspect that generates essence over 4 seconds? For which build? I mean, right now, T-Bolt's Will fixes every essence problem. Because you just dash and you get essence with T-Bolt's Will and... yeah, Rain, say it, or I'm gonna punch you. With T-Bolt's Will and the meta Vampiric power, you kind of fix every problem in that regard, right? I tried Barb besides Sork and Necro. I mean, Barb is insane. But I feel like Barb is to the level insane where it would ruin my fun in playing the game. Because I enjoy a little bit of a struggle to overcome. You know, I like to try figure out making a character work. I mean, in Barb, you essentially just throw shit together and then you press the button and everything dies, kind of. You know? When even the shittiest, most not working Barb will probably deal more damage than the necromancer, right? Just overpower forehand, just charge forehand. I mean, generally, we have arrived at the point where essence is really not the issue this season due to many factors, including your robot as well. I mean, the robot helps so much in the essence terms. It's almost illegal how well that thing does. Level 70 Barb could overdamage any Necro. Exactly, see? But luckily, I don't have to compete with Barbs in the leaderboard, right? It's going to be fun to see in the leaderboard. So you know what's going to be very fun to see in the leaderboard, Chad? Like when you look at the scores, because everyone gets the same 8 minutes, right? Everyone gets the same 8 minutes. And like what the maximum score in the Necro leaderboard is, let's say 400k, right? And then like just to see how much higher is the score in the Barbarian leaderboard due to just being able to do things faster, better, stronger. I mean, again, you don't have to compete against other Barbs because we're only going to compete against other Necros. But it doesn't change the fact that it's going to be like interesting to what does my little eye spy there. So I can't wait to actually see that, to then like notice how dumb it is. By the way, when the leaderboard releases, chat, should we make a video series where we essentially analyze every #1 leaderboard build, no matter the class? I mean, I'll definitely do it for necromancer. So if like whoever is going to be the #1 in the leaderboard, I'll be looking at their build and we'll make a breakdown of it. I mean, it's going to be bone spear with bone spear, you know. So not much to change most likely. But you know, like the #1 on the leaderboard is obviously going to be my build. Might be used as a tool for designers to see how unbalanced the classes are. I mean, like my 4-year-old watched me play Diablo and she said, "Wow, Barb is kind of unbalanced." So, you don't need any tools to check that, sir. Like Rain. It's like it's kind of obvious. Stay. I mean, don't need rocket science to see that one class does way more damage. Vastly, and that the overpower nerf made no sense because don't forget, Chad, at the start of the season they nerfed overpower for everyone because Barbarian was doing too much damage with overpower.
I need time to do that.
Right, Chad, because the Barbarian was doing too much overpower damage. Overpower had to be nerfed. And you're like, but that doesn't make any sense. I'm not a Barbarian. I kind of want my overpower damage to be where it is. I mean, obviously they said some mambo jambo bibbity bobbity bobbity how it's healthy for the game and so on and wibbity wop. And I'm like, just yeah, sure. Keep on yapping. I mean, the same as the lucky hit chance nerf for the Necro, because obviously, like, let me look into my notes again, guys. Because the corpse explosion was having 2 high lucky hits, the necromancer was still dealing the least damage possible. That is why we nerfed the lucky hit chance of the corpse explosion. Yeah. This is probably to date the most nonsensical thing they have done to the necromancer in any capacity. Right? I mean, has anyone ever told you that, oh no, my lucky hits are lucky hitting too much, right? Did they nerf Barbarian? No, they decided to not nerf anything. I'm putting on my aluminium hat. It's probably because the general manager of Diablo is currently playing Barbarian, Chad. Now, if you want to sound like a broken Reddit post, the reason they didn't nerf Barbarian is because the general manager of Diablo is playing Barbarian, and that's why they didn't nerf it. I mean, the clearest day, right? No other explanation. This is the truth. I love how they said they almost nerfed it. So the words in the campfire chat were, we met up with the team, we talked about Barbarian and if it's actually too strong, and we came to the conclusion that it's like almost too strong and that it's fine to keep it this way and there's no nerf needed. I mean, like if you're like, just say that you didn't want to nerf it to upset players, it's okay. But don't like come up with some fake mambo jambo explanations, right? That are just like, what does barely too strong mean? you know, what's that even mean? Like everyone in the game right now knows about the power level of Barb, right? But hey, it is what it is. I mean, for me, this has no consequence at all. I don't play in a team, right? I don't play with barbarians together. And if any barbarian is playing charge, I leave the party. Essentially. I mean, end of the day, if you do Duriel, it's stupid to not take a barb with you, because why would you spend time trying to properly slay Duriel if you could just have a barb with you who just one hits him and then you can do the next one? So it kind of like, it makes no sense to not take a bard with you, because technically Duriel is already boring enough and there's no challenge. So might as well just take a bard with you and just have him one-hit Duriel left, right, and center. Because why not? Correct? Why try when there's an easy solution? Okay, I would say this is the build already for the leaderboards day one, guys. I'm surprised that we have this already created this quick. I mean, this I don't know what we could make better at this point, apart from the Ring of Starless Skies, right? So we need the Vampiric power. That means on patch release, we're gonna start farming dungeons, right? We're gonna start banging out dungeons like crazy, vaults to get the Vampiric powers, hopefully. And then we'll see how it goes. I could need a better offhand, but my offhand is almost perfect. I mean, it has crit chance, lucky hit chance, cooldown reduction, resource gen. Yeah.
Greetings.
I can't really get much better things. I mean, my Black River is almost perfect. Could need more end. Fine. Just at the level of awesomeness. Barb could easily be fixed by turning a few X's to pluses and they still be too powerful. Yes, I mean, it's not hard to fix Barb, but no matter what you do to Barb, it will feel weaker. I mean, right now you're doing billions and trillions of damage. In order to nerf it, you would have to bring it down to multi-millions. Yeah. What aspects will you replace for the new Vampire power? Boots. So my boots currently have movement speed on crit, which is nice. But realistically, it's just nice. And I will get the Vampire power on this one. Then I have triple dash boots, which work fantastic. They're triple dash stat boots. Yeah. Should work.
Mistake this day.
Right? And that's going to be the Vampiric power. Then we have Ossified Essence here. We're going to have Etchmaster there. We're going to have Corpse Tendrils on this one. We have still the Bone Splinters. We get the Exploiters aspect. I don't think Isles change anything. I mean, I'll have to wait tonight for the patch notes. They promised me patch notes tonight. They said they're gonna come today, and as soon as the patch notes are out, we'll be deep diving there. I mean, I might even whoa, movement speed, essence cost reduction. Sorry, had a moment there, Chad. It started so good, like, you know, with the movement speed and the essence cost reduction. It was like almost happy. It was like, whoa. This is the Circle of Elements, by the way, Chan. The Circle of Elements will give you 30% bonus damage every 7 seconds, but every other 7 seconds it wouldn't. Doesn't seem good for me, right? So I'm like, I'd rather take the Etchmaster's aspect that always works before I take one thing that does only work every X, right? At least how I look at it. So patch notes tonight and patch next week. Patch is already coming on Tuesday. Chat. Tuesday. 4 more days. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Done. Tuesday evening, we have the patch. This is how desperate they are to get the content out, which I'm happy about. I want that content. I have no complaints. I want it right now. You can't find out to craft the best gems. You need to level up. I think from level 75 on, you can craft royal gems. So you need to be higher level.
It is done.
So yeah, I personally can't wait for Tuesday. I will definitely be online in the evening again. We'll straight up start with the Gauntlet. We'll straight up start with farming the last piece of equipment that I need to essentially make it work. Because, right, why would I not then like get the Vampiric power and use the Vampiric power? So yeah. Oh, interesting point. Do we need while unstoppable and for 4 seconds after you gain increased movement speed and can move freely through enemies? Was that one a utility? It was a movement aspect, right? It wasn't a utility aspect. Oh, it's actually a movement aspect, right? Why do you have to be a why can't you be? I mean, that would be the last vestige of bonus movement speed, right? Because if you could now get this aspect on anything, right? I mean, we would have to put it on an amulet. That would be insane. And then you would get like another like 27% movement speed plus. It wouldn't be bad, correct? I mean, imagine this on your amulet, then you dash, you go unstoppable, you get the increased movement speed. I could then put the corpse tendrils on my amulet and just say fuck it and play it that way. Huh? Chat, reasonable? Or is there too much movement speed at some point? I'll think about it. Because end of the day, movement speed is everything and tier 70 is just laughable, right? Well, we all know that tier 70 is just a fucking joke. No challenge in any capacity. So it might be that could be better. Caps out at 200%, yeah, but I'm barely close to 200%, right? I mean, what are we at right now? We are at... We're going to get another 12% from skills. Where's movement speed? Here, I have movement speed 133%. If I kill an elite, I get 31%. I am currently missing another 12% movement speed. So technically, with the movement speed from the amulet, I would be at maximum movement speed. Now, obviously, you could say 170 or 200. Does that make that much of a difference? Because you need to cast in between anyways, right? So that's something to like just decide yourself, right? Oh, look, I almost died, chat. Oh, like this is the first time I ever died against anything. It's cute, actually. Maybe it's better to gamble shoes. I'll be so free to say I don't expect that gambling will yield the aspect. The problem is not that gambling won't yield the aspect. The biggest problem is getting the aspect on a max roll. Because I need the Vampiric power as the perfect roll where it's kind of like really, really bad. So that's the only obstacle I see there right now, that you will really, 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 really need it at the absolute maximum roll possible. Because else your cooldown reduction gets too high and it might be getting annoying to dash all the time, right? You died? Oh, I have 6,000 armor. Just so you understand, guys, we have 6,000 armor. We did not need more armor.
You're a saint.
You are a saint. I know, I'm insane. I do feel very comfortable with this. I don't think I will change anything in the Paragon board, if I'm honest. I don't see what I could change in the Paragon board. We could take Essence on Kill back, actually. Do I have Essence on Kill? I'll have to check. Because right now, the way how the mobs are packed in the dungeon, Essence on Kill makes perfect sense.
It's locked.
There's even a world where technically the crit multiplier from corpse tendrils doesn't make sense because you never corpse tendril anything, right? Well, let's be fair, where we don't really corpse tendril anything. We're just Keep zooming. But this is where I personally find the leaderboard boring, because you notice, what are we just trying to do, guys? We're just trying to do more damage and get our character faster. It's so like we're not even trying to make our character survive anything, right? We're not making our character be more sturdy. We don't have to look for any, like, we don't have to min max. In terms of defense versus offense, we essentially just boost maximum offense, and we don't forget to take potions in between, right? But you just boost maximum offense, and then you just have to like dodge some attacks, and that's about it. Yeah, we're one-shotting everything, exactly. That's it. These two just died instant. Ta-da! I'm insane. I'm insane. I say. I don't know what we could change on the Paragon board. I hope we get more Paragon board changes. We do have the corporal glyph, guys, but the problem is corporal could give us bonus movement speed now. So here, chat, this is new, right? This is the corporal glyph. You and your minions deal 10% increased physical damage, and we get 1% movement speed. But what would that 1% movement speed even use me? Because in order to have the maximum use out of this, I would have to summon 12 minions for 12% more movement speed. I mean, I might as well just roll movement speed on my amulet, right? Their movement speed on the board? No, movement speed doesn't exist. I think. Here, it's not even, see, like, it's not even in here. We recently found the attack speed, which had me really happy. But there's no movement speed. I mean, there's a bunch of, like, lucky hit shebangs, right? That are all shitty and not worth it to take. No movement speed. Only attack speed has been the only thing we found. And there's the lucky hit to execute. I would say this is the build, chat. What can I say? Aren't we all so glad about the new movement speed passive? I have not been using Death Reach. So I know a lot of people have complained about Death Reach stealing them 9% damage. I haven't been using Death Reach. I in no build, like, I think only my blood build has been using it. No Death Reach for me. So that is not a skill I've been in any way using. Which means that now I'm like actually having to accommodate to use this again, right? The new Thorns thing is going to be completely useless, let's be fair, because the new Thorns thing is only good while leveling, and in the end game, like, I mean, you can use it, but it's not going to be, like, crazy good, right? What's the best Paragon setup for a Bone Necro? Oh, my, this Paragon setup? It depends on what you're going. Are you going full bone, or are you going the bone mix build? Because right now we're doing the bone mix build with exhumation for the bonus corpse damage, right? And that's where you're going to be mixing things together, where we're going for critical strike and then the bone stuff. We do have essence on kill. Chan. Okay, we did actually manage to get essence on kill. I might even be able to resell these nodes out. They're maximum life and armor, and I could use them for more damage. Probably thinking about dropping Imbiber for Exploit. For Control. Because we're not really using Imbiber right now. don't need territorial. Yeah, I would probably cut territorial. Territorial is currently 10% damage reduction against close enemies. But I would probably cut territorial for exploit. Because exploit is more damage versus vulnerable. 10% multiplier. So you don't need the damage reduction. So exploit is definitely better here. That's for sure. There's no question. I mean, the imbiber is questionable. I'll have to see if we should use that or not. No. Sad that I don't get this critical strike node. But I can't swap this with anything. Oh, we might have to swap these. Nah, can't really swap the board. I need the willpower. We'll be updating the Summoner Necro build. I need to wait for the patch notes before we update Summoner in any way. But probably won't be updating anything Summoner-wise, sir, because nothing changes with the Summoner. I mean, the Summoner doesn't change. Sure, they made some accommodations for it. They buffed it slightly. But it's not magically going to make Summoner good. Summoner is still ass. You know? Only because Summoner gets 20% more damage. Oh, and Hellbent Commanders. Oh, a little bit more useful. It's still trash. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be, you know, bashing poor Summoner. But a pure Summoner is still not magically going to be good. I mean, down Summoner can work, right? So Blizzard patched again and all Necros have is Bone Spear. No, that's not true. We also have Blood Surge, we have Shadow, and we have everything. But right now we're talking about Leaderboard. We're talking about the best of the best of the best build needed to go the fastest through a dungeon. And well, if that turns out to be Bone Spear, then welcome to the reality of leaderboards. Because what are you going to do in a leaderboard? You're not going to play the best build. You're going to play a superior, inferior, not so good build. And the reason you're doing this is, let me check my notes, because you don't want to be high in the leaderboard. I mean, that's okay. Don't get me wrong. That's your choice. But realistically, this is competition now. And in competition, you have to play the best of the best of the best. Right? I mean, you can still check how far can I go with whatsoever. But if you have any ambitions, that's that. I mean, Bone Spear will stay the strongest Necro build in terms of just strength. Not fun, just strength forever. I don't see any build ever overtaking Necro or Bone Spear. But that's simply down to game design. Right? That's simply down to how game design works and how, like, this Diablo was set up. Yeah. Do we not say we need to do one single more beautiful Duriel, chat? We sent Duriel back packing. What's patch test realm? Patch test realm is essentially the next patch already early. So what are we getting? We're getting a season 4 patch test realm where you essentially can test season 4. And they're doing that so we can check out content early that we're then able to give feedback on changes to see if they're worth it or not. So if it's like, oh yeah, Blizzard, your seasonal mechanic is shit and it takes too long and whatsoever, then you can tell them. It's also easy to find out bugs early and that kind of stuff to kind of notice, okay, this is not working the way it should work and whatsoever. And that's what a patch test room is there for. Worst part about Duriel's Helltides, I mean, if Helltides were at least more fun, I wouldn't mind. Is there any negatives of PDR? Well, the negative about PDR is that it personally for me takes away the excitement of the new season because we already see the new season. From a content creator perspective for me, no, there's no negatives on a PDR. I mean, yeah. Rouse Zebra, you didn't know you can leave a dungeon like that. That's okay. We all have our shortcomings. You know? Things happen. No one get hurt. Okay, that was the beauty of just smacking things silly. So, ladies and gentlemen, is it gonna drop? Is my Ring of Starless Skies gonna come now? What do you think? Possible, not possible? But yeah, if everything works out, we might be getting another YouTube video tonight about the patch notes, but that YouTube video might also come tomorrow because I'm kind of waiting for the big changes to like Blood Surge and Sever and so on. Can't wait to see what's coming. I might be expecting a little bit too much from them and they're probably going to screw it up and I'm going to be sad. But hey, if they make Sever great again, I'm going to at least try out a Sever Necro tomorrow. Right? John? If they make Sever great again, I'll be sitting down and I'll try to get something. That's the least thing I can do for the community. And then next week we get the patch. Well, actually, I couldn't do that tomorrow. I could do it on Sunday, yeah. So if they patch Sever on Sunday, we can do a Sever build. Because right now, like tomorrow, we're gonna be tomorrow's my day off. But today's Friday, right? Today's Friday, John, right? Friday. Oh, you walked out of it? You're meanie. It is not what I was looking for. Sad face, sad face. How much do we normally work on weekends? 15, 18 hours. Well, we'll make 2 YouTube videos and 1 live stream. So, yeah. That's a lot. I know. Welcome to Streaming is Not a Real Job. Welcome to Streaming is Not a Real Job. That is my flicker step in upgraded. In actually not very good upgraded. So good night, flicker step. Eating my ass. That's the Sever boots in upgrade. I'll actually keep the Sever boots just in case I'll need them. You know? Amulet, no. Change I really want is the ability to stack Trio of Whisper rewards. Porting back every 10 minutes or less is so annoying. Yes. What's the Gauntlet? Tuesday. So right now, we got another 4 days to prepare. Tuesday it's gonna hit. You can farm the Vampiric powers. Again, the Vampiric powers that are coming are this. They're also in our latest YouTube video. Tonight, we're gonna get the patch notes that tell us exactly what they're actually gonna change per class. So these are the 6 Vampiric powers we're having, which are... They choose okay ones, I will say. Right? They choose okay ones. By the way, when did the souls pop out of your body again with Vampiric Curse? Did you remember? When did they when you used a what did you have to use again? I think for Necro it was on Blood Mist use. Right? Is the cooldown on meta good? I mean, it's a 5-second cooldown. So you have to consider what are you going to do with meta? Okay. Meta is going to go on the boots, obviously. You get unstoppable for 2.5 seconds. And for 4 seconds after T-Bolt's will works, right? That means I dash, then 2.5 seconds unstoppable, and 4 seconds after. So technically, the next dash has to happen after 6.5 seconds, correct? So currently, if I dash, my cooldown is 2 seconds, right? Or 4 seconds. My cooldown is 4 seconds. That would bring the cooldown up to 9 seconds with a 5-second bonus. Now, you could say for 6.5 seconds, I'm unstoppable, right? So I dash one single time, I lose one cooldown for 9.5 for 9 seconds, right? 9 seconds, yeah. So we lose the cooldown for 9 seconds. And then since 6.5 seconds, we're like we have 2.5 seconds kind of like where this doesn't overlap. But then you're gonna dash after, like, again, you're gonna dash then after the 6 seconds are over. So you get the second thing gone, but your other one is already refreshing while you're waiting for the next one. You know what I mean, right? So it's kind of like whatever, right? We should be fine, to be fair. I don't see the problem because we should be able to dash every 6 seconds to get the maximum out of it. I mean, sure, you might have to dash to avoid not get damaged, but I don't think so. I mean, usually Necro dashes for movement speed, right? But now with the Amulet giving movement speed, with my boots getting movement speed, so with me getting movement speed from every single source, I don't think I might need movement speed more. By the way, did I reroll a stat on my boots? It's movement speed. I could try to roll this higher. Yeah. Oh, chat. Oh, sorry. If any moms are in the room. Movement speed. More. Give me more. Yes, baby. No. Yes, maybe. Hello? No? Robbery. Come on. The last few percentage you can give me. We're trying to min-max here. Have some mercy with a man that's like going broke over this. Well, it's not coming, chat. It's not coming. When I got 3% out of this and just wasted like what, 30 millions for nothing. And then I'm essentially going to misclick accidentally and we're going to lose our movement speed and I'm going to start crying. Nope, the standard thingy. Oh, that's it. That was like now, what, 80 million for nothing? So stop getting scammed. Honestly, I don't really reroll much. But hey, it's for the leaderboard. I mean, let's be real. It's not like I'm going to do much with my gold anymore, right? And the leaderboard is the last thing I will do this season. We are 48 days out from the next season. So what's going to happen for me right now is I will play the leaderboard on Tuesday. I will make 1, 2, 3 builds. Then I will wait for the week after to make 1, 2 builds, maybe. Wait for the week after. So my Diablo playtime is now weekly 1 to 2 days, which means that I have 4 to 5 other days to play other things. I'm not sure what I will play, but there is other games coming. There's other games out there. I mean, there's still some Last Epoch to cover. There is some Pal World. There's more Elden Ring because I really like playing Elden Ring, so we'll play Elden Ring. There's Backpack Battles coming. Wait a second. Oh, ho, 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 ho. There's Backpack Battles release coming on the 14th? No, March, April, 8. Ha 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 ha. In 7 days, there's the backpack battles coming. So that's also very good. I'm really excited for that. So that's going to be great because they are significantly changing the game to put other classes in. Yeah. Like that's what's going to be happening there. Right? What rolls do you prefer on boots? I mean, right now my boots have all stats in movement speed and essence cost reduction, and I don't see anything better that I could be getting. Technically, one of the intelligence stats could, or in all stats, could be movement speed on killing an elite for more, right? Dragon's Dogma 2 on the 22nd. Yes, Dragon's Dogma 2 will be covered. I mean, we will naturally have to play other games, guys, because let's be real right now. And I don't want to shit on Diablo because I won't. But there's just not enough guide potential left for the rest of the 42 days. Because what are we getting? We are having 42 days until, or 45 days until next season, right? So, and in that time, what am I going to do? I mean, am I going to just make random guides where I say this changes everything, and then I just change one single item, and then I pretend that changed everything? Yeah, that's kind of like where we're going with that. Christopher, you done playing the Dwarven game? No, I play some more Deep Rock Galactic Survivor. That's what the Dwarven game is called, by the way. Yeah, that's what we're planning to do. I'm not entirely sure what we all get in petto. I mean, we definitely want to do more Elden Ring guides. My recent Elden Ring guide is putting up steam again, right? I get some more builds I want to do. I get some more like shebang I want to pull through, some secrets, some sneaky vibes, some like, you know, how to get OP fast shenanigans and all that kind of stuff. You make guides how to make the worst possible Necro. We've already done that. We made the dollar store Necro. We took essentially only basic gear from the store, and we made a necromancer that could clear tier 100 dungeon, in case you missed that video. It's insane. And yes, we did it. And yes, it worked. It's crazy. But you're right. We should now keep our Shattered Stone to roll for the boots and the movement speed aspect. Rainbow Six Siege, no, I'm not in any way interested in shooters right now, Tuli. There's so many more interesting games out there. I mean, I might play some more Last Epoch to try out the Warlock in Last Epoch to potentially do some more in that direction. So that could be something for the time being in between to level that. Maybe some of the other Last Epoch classes, I haven't completely decided on that. So there is definitely some other stuff in between that I'm writing on my list of things to do. But yeah, I'm taking it very relaxed. You know, right now I'm not stressed. The channel has been doing good, like throughout, like shout out, but like really, like ladies and gentlemen, shout out recently. We've been playing many different games, and chat has been supporting through all the different games we've been playing. We've been streaming many different games. We've been doing YouTube videos on a lot of stuff, and that has been popping as well. And you might not know this, but you know, without my YouTube, I would have to stop this Twitch straight away. So the only reason that the Twitch stream still exists, despite being a Twitch main streamer, is because YouTube is doing well. Else I would have to stop being a full-time content creator. So actual shout out to the YouTube crowd for existing, for watching the videos, for enjoying the streams, because they are allowing us to exist, Chad. It is the reason this stream still exists to this date after 11 years of full-time streaming, that YouTube exists. Which is crazy, but that's what it is. So like, big shout out to the YouTube for making this possible. Now I would say that's enough for Diablo today. I had my fun. I did my experiments. I got my items ready. I can't wait to see the patch notes so we can actually make the patch note video. But I'd say we're gonna move to a different game now. So we're gonna be turning off the YouTube, as we just talked about, because I don't make games on YouTube, but we'll continue here on Twitch. So thank you, YouTube. Shout out to you. I need to run to pick my family up. Be right back. Save the family. Turning off the YouTube, as I said.